Let's see, okay. Okay, first off, they're not digestible if you don't soak them in water. Okay, so if you want to eat any nut, you should cook it or soak it in water. Okay, now it's digestible. Okay.
Torrado, não?
No.
As you buy in the...
I bought this Mercado Municipal. I have.
Não, torrado é também não.
É, então, mas torrado não,
Okay.
né?
Amêndoa natural.
Yeah, natural. It's a plain cru. They call it
Yes.
cru. Okay. Milk, please. And I bought milk.
Ah, okay.
I bought
This
two
one or
things,
this one?
both of them. I bought them both. And of course they're transgenic, but that's what you can find.
Okay.
We just can't find the cow anymore. Where did the cow go?
It's inside.
No, I used to live outside there, but when I lived in Sicho and I was building the temple, many neighbors had cows, and I talked to them, and they promised me not to use the bad things. And then I got the milk every day, and we made ghee and everything. First 2 years of my daughter's life, she never tasted box milk. Never tasted it. Okay, so we're gonna start with milk here and make it warm. We're gonna get it out of this plastic thing, okay? And I'm just putting in enough for everybody here, okay? You make
É,
it
como que chama essa bebida?
for bebida amendoas, almond drink.
Amatri.
It's in the website. It's called Bebida Amendoas to Restaurar Ojas, to bring your ojas back. Okay, we're gonna build. This is medicine. Medicina. A couple big. Some of this is a lot of people. Whoa, Randy!
Tá bom.
Let's put it in the milk and let it get warm.
10, 11,
Okay,
alguma coisa.
I'm sorry, I was
Perto do um pouco você para e começa a cantar de novo.
distracted. Okay. Now, normally we add regular ghee that we buy at Viavidya. Because they have very nice cows. Okay. But because we don't have powdered almonds, saffron, and powdered ginger, okay, I made a medicated ghee with those things, okay, so that we can just all together at once. And I do this for a lot of people. It's hard to find those 3 spices and make this on a daily basis. It's very good to make on a daily basis, okay? But for those people that it's harder, I do this as kind of a service, okay? So, this ghee has intense quantities of saffron, cardamom, and gingebre. Okay. Now, we talked about this is a delivery system for. If you were diabetic, you would add more. If you were cancer, you would add this. If you were that, it's a different delivery system. If it's just a normal lifestyle ashram, you make it however it's good for you or your group or whatever, ashram food. Okay? This is a delivery system specifically for immunity, for controlling illness. So if it's for cancer, you add different herbs. If it's for, you name it, any illness, chronic illness, you add different things to it, okay? If it's for infertility, you add different things. If you add for whatever, okay? If it's for multiple sclerosis, you add different things, okay? So that's one of the things I do to make it easy for people, because if they were to go get all the things and I give them, they're going to be taking, 12 capsules of this and 15 capsules of that, and it's like pills and pills and pills to get the volume, how many grams per day. So make an extract, cook it into a ghee, okay? What is a medicated ghee? Okay? Very famous Ayurvedic medicine. Medicated ghee. Something you can eat regularly and you're eating your medicine, okay? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna eat our medicine, okay? So it means first you make an extract. You take the herbs that you're going to use. You boil it in real water, not the stuff with fluoride and chlorine and all that, okay? If you have 4 liters of water, you boil it until there's 1. If you have 8, you boil it till there's 2. You reduce it to 1/4, okay? And the volume of herbs depends on the thing you use it and how much you're making. So let's say we started with 4 liters of water. We added some herbs, and we boil it till there's 1. And then we filter it, okay? Then we take 1 liter of this extract and 1 liter of ghee that we've made, and we boil it together until there's no water. And all of the herbs have been transferred to the ghee, okay? There's nothing left. The water is evaporated and it's all in the ghee, okay? You basically have evaporated the water and left the extract in the ghee, okay? So that's called a medicated ghee. If you want to make a medicated oil for massage, you do the same thing, and then you take 1 liter of oil and you add it to the extract and you boil it until there's no more water. That's the process, okay? It's quite simple, okay? Just takes time. Some of them require using other substances to extract. The whole art is the extracting. For instance, some things have to be extracted in milk, you understand? Some have to be extracted in goat urine or something, you know, strange that you just can't go down to the store and buy. But most of them are just extracted in water, okay? And then you transfer it to the ghee or to the oil, and you've got your medicated oil or your medicated ghee, okay? Then you want to turn that into a pomada, right? Then you add some beeswax, and you mix it with the beeswax, and that medicated oil turns into a pomada. Very simple. And if you want to make it into a rejuvenador, something that, okay, people can't travel around with their bottle of ghee through international airports or something like that, okay? You make it into a kind of a gelea or a medicated honey, right? And then they can, they can take a spoon of that, dissolve it in water, drink it, take the medicine with them, okay? This is a general Ayurvedic way to do this. Now, why ghee? Ghee takes on the properties of anything it comes in contact with, okay? But if you leave it over time, if you make an extract, for instance water, in a period of time it will start to ferment and it will not be any good. If you extract into alcohol, in 2 or 3 years it's going to get weak, okay? If you put it in ghee, it's only going to get stronger. There's a mystery here, and nobody knows how to explain that. I've yet to find anyone who can explain why, but everyone knows it happens. So, in India, many ghees are just plain normal ghee, but then they're stored for long periods of time. In northern India, women take ghee, they buy it Viavidya, and they put it in the floor of their house, bury it. 3 years later, this is contraception. They menstruate, but they don't ovulate. That's how poor women keep from having more than 14 children, just using ghee, okay? Now, if you're a doctor and you have a formula for schizophrenia, you make a medicated ghee, you bury it in the floor, and your grandson digs it up and uses it for his patients, 100 years old, okay? Because by then it's very powerful and functional. That's how this works. That's why in Panchakarma in India, they can treat schizophrenia and other things like that. What we're going to do is add a big spoon of this ghee, which has the herbs in it, to the milk so that it dissolves into the warm milk, okay? And then we're going to mix it with the almonds and the honey, and we're going to have a drink. Now, because this is very intense, okay? This is enough for everybody in this room many times, but we're getting a strong dose. This is not contraindicated to have too much. But let me explain how ojas works. Physical ojas, okay? Apara ojas. Everybody, remember I told you about your fingers on these? You take your hands like this, your hands, that's the quantity of ojas your body can hold. All through the cells, everywhere. So everybody's hands are different size, okay? Okay, your hands, everybody's different. That's a maximum amount of physical ojas your body can hold. So if you keep taking extra ojas, it will come out. And what will happen is that your mind, if you are not a really good yogi, okay, will seek distraction. Principally sex or computers. Those are the two easiest distractions for people to dissipate excess ojas, okay, in the Western world, okay? But if you're a really, really good yogi, your pranayama lubricates your channels and you transform this ojas and your practice gets really good. If you go away to a retreat thinking, I really need to go, I've been for years wanting to go to this Vipassana retreat, I get there, and you sit down to practice and you go, oh my God, and then you back and you fall down. Because you don't have sufficient ojas for your channels to deal with it, okay? So I have many people come to retreat that, they get sick, they get stressed, they go away. They fall down the steps of the temple, because they don't have sufficient ojas for their channels to move that much prana, okay? But if you're a yogi and you practice correctly, like the guy with the ball on top of his head, there's no limit to how much of this you can use, okay? Because you know how to transform this from apara ojas to para ojas in your channels, to lubricate your channels, so that your prana moves better, so the tejas, prana is moving the tejas, so that you're getting results. This is one of the main steps in developing siddhis. I don't care how many years you sat there with the guru, if you didn't have ojas, you never developed any siddhis. Okay? And that's why young people seem to get it better quicker. They have more ojas, less dissipated, But it's very true. Without ojas, nothing moves in your channels well.
So do you take but you do take a drink a day, at least?
What I do is I let my body tell me what I need.
Okay.
If I'm feeling low, okay, I'll take it every day. But then when I don't need it, it's because I don't need it.
Okay.
I just let my regulation know when it's full. Planning on intense practice. I'm going to get full. I'm going to completar the tanky. You understand? But if not, I just base it on what my body needs. What's going on, my mind needs. Practice. It's what I'm doing. When I get back to Porto Alegre after traveling every month, it's like I can't wait to make kitchery and detoxify all this vata that from airplanes and all that, right? And that's why I started making kitchery here, because I realized I wasn't going to survive 10 days here without kitchery. I would start getting toxified. And then I would start getting some kind of symptoms of stress. And that limits my ability to help other people. Because basically, besides knowledge and experience, I give people basically just prana. That's what I do, So, I gotta have prana, I gotta have it moving.
Yeah.
So I need
Ele vai se
ojas and I can't
mexendo,
have
aí você
toxins
só vai
blocking it.
tapando a luz.
See? And if you're doing any kind of work with other people, you really do have to think about the quality of your prana and how well
Eu
it's,
parei
how
no
well it's
11 e
moving.
voltei, é isso?
Otherwise, you're just dumping your toxins in other people. See? Well, there's two different fires. One's boiled away the water a lot. This one not. Let's see how our.
So, and the milk, it has
That's
to,
going to be nice.
the milk, do you boil it?
No,
No.
just heat it.
Heat it.
Just make it nice and warm. Look how yellow it is.
Wow.
All of a sudden it's saffron milk.
Faz quando eu mexi assim.
This is not saffron de terra. This is saffron
Real.
real. This is the real thing, okay? What I showed you yesterday.
Yeah.
Não tem o
The red one?
The red one. Look,
Yeah.
take a look. Come take a look. Come take a look. Come please look.
Yeah.
See?
Pegar. Pega e vai.
That's that's the kind.
Yes.
That's the kind.
Não sei
Okay.
onde está a tampa desse
It's get
liquidificador.
aqui, ó, por cima ali, ó. It's get brown.
What?
The açafrão is get brown to
Well, that's
yellow.
because it was boiled into extract.
yeah.
See, it was boiled into extract. But even I don't filter out the saffron
Yeah.
because there's still more in it.
Essa eu tô curiosa.
Even after I boiled it down to no water.
Né?
Yeah.
With the ghee, you see? I don't throw that.
Você ainda
in.
não experimentou?
I filter the cardamom and ginger. The ginger pieces.
Yeah, yeah.
And the cardamom I use seeds. So I just filter them off. Okay? Then I leave the saffron.
O que é que ele fez?
Ele
And
pegou
right now I've got
leite,
stored in my place
colocou mel,
probably
e colocou
50
ghee
kilos
medicado
of
já,
kind of
o
ghee
medicated
because
ghee.
I know in the
E aí
future
deixa
there's going to be
esquentar.
cancer
E
epidemics and people
aí
are
agora
going to
ele
need it. So
colocou
every
o
time I go back
liquidificador
I
junto
make
com as
5
amêndoas e vai
kilos.
bater.
And I
E as amêndoas
keep
tem
it
que
to get
ficar
better and older.
pelo
Yeah.
menos, acho
And
que
then when
2
people need,
dias,
I
né?
take it
Um
out
dia
and
em molho.
everybody, it's the base of
molho na água.
it's a delivery system for it.
Mas de molho na água morna ou
Right?
fria?
But I make
Ajuda
5
da noite
kilos
pro
at a
dia,
time.
né?
And one
E aí
of the
você tem
reasons I charge people
sistema
that money for
imunológico
consultations
na
so I can buy
garrafinha.
butter and saffron.
Yeah,
You see, because I know it's not
Quanto que você
necessary
toma
in the
isso
future.
por dia?
Então ele falou que a porção de que você tem que tomar, né, o que teu corpo precisa é justamente
de
o tamanho da tua
uma
mão.
vez?
Não, mas aí é sentir como é que você tá. Então se você tá mais assim,
Esse leite tem que
devagar,
talhar, será que não talha?
blá, blá, blá.
É verdade.
yeah.
We're ready for takeoff. Okay, now we need some little glasses or cups for everybody to share some of this.
Caipirinha.
Drink this every day. Depending on the cancer, you can drink it twice, 3 times a day. You need to get your immune system working again if you've got cancer. It's absolutely the first thing to do, okay? You can't even begin to think about solving the problem until you got an immune system.
And if
And if you're taking chemotherapy, well, fine. Take it at the same time because chemotherapy is destroying your immune system. If you're taking anything that destroys your immune system, take this every day, okay? Look,
preciso pegar muito essa
we got yellow milk.
Ai meu Deus.
Oh my Deus, oh my Deus.
Because I never liked milk in my own.
Wait a minute, there's only 6 here. I'm the 7th person. I get some.
Sure.
E não é uma coisa muito difícil, né?
Não.
Que tem não tem nenhum tempero difícil de achar, né?
How long does it last if you make a bottle? Does it last the whole week?
I last until I get it drank.
Okay.
I never make it and save it. I make it fresh every day.
Oh, okay.
But that's why I make the medicated ghee because you've got everything easy to make
Ah,
it.
eu preciso desse ghee.
The milk is not a good thing unless you've got a cow.
Não
Okay?
precisa necessariamente.
The milk will tend to spoil. So in 2 days it's going to be, oh, I wish I, you know.
So for your own doses, you would make the same quantity of
Não, mas foi bom.
almonds?
No, for my own dose, the whole thing would be divided by 7 because I made this for everybody. Okay? You don't need so much for so many. Of course, it depends on what you're doing and your needs. If you were like with cancer, you would want more. Okay? I tell people a minimum of 10 almonds per day. Okay? But help yourself, please. Oh no, it tastes terrible. I hate medicine. I hate medicine. It tastes so
Ah,
terrible.
não, justo comigo não.
Yes, of course.
I hate medicine.
Eu já tô vendo.
Você aprova teste. Se você achar legal,
Muito bom. Quem tem câncer, você acha que toma quantos por
Nossa,
dia? Tem câncer, toma
olha, eu vou te falar, porque eu não gosto de leite.
How much cancer they have, how bad
E tem uma
off they are.
sensibilidade pro ghee cru. E realmente ele faz uma porçãozinha, né? Ele tem um... É daqueles sabores que você fala assim, nossa, é diferente, mas
Tem gosto de mim.
vai vir pra me confortar, sabe?
e aí, Pedro?
Ótimo.
Muito bom.
Uma delícia.
I don't like it, it's terrible. I like it stronger.